Yo.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, one.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi. We're back again. It's that time of the night where we have to sing our little gathering and make sure that you smash that like button and that subscribe button. We are a couple of subscribers away from 20,000. Grateful for that. Very grateful to get people who are not toxic, people who are here for good reason. Thank you for that, and thank you for membership. Those who are joining us all the time. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. And this is Mr. Anonymous for those who do not know me. I'm sure there are those who know me. And again, thank you. Smash that like button. Let us move with the numbers. We have about 16 people as of yet who are watching us, up to 39 now. We only have 9 likes. Guys, give us that energy. We are trying to push. Give us the reason to push because we need that power. And you guys have that power of pushing us.
Definitely.
Emily.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Yes, it's Thursday. It was Thursday rather. It's almost coming to an end, and Mthoko Twala was again on the witness box, and Advocate Nxumalo was the one who was busy with him today.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
You're happy.
I'm very happy about how he was able to get Mthoko to give short answers. Yesterday we were getting essays. We were getting essays and dialogues and a lot was happening, you know. But today the answers were very brief.
Very brief.
I loved it. Okay.
Yes.
So the session started off with Advocate Nisi. He was finishing off his cross-examination from yesterday. I want to touch on something that Zandi will come and say. As Senzo was fighting with the gunman, she took one of Madlala's walking stick and hit the second suspect. Do you have a comment? And Mr. Twala said, I hear you, but I did not see it like that. But she will come and say it herself. Then Nisi said, Longo will come and tell this court that there were 2 guys who were into the house.
Yes.
One was short and one was tall. The taller one, that's now suspect number 2, according to Longwe, he accosted Kelly. Accosted means went after.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Then Twala said yes. Nisi then said the Twala accosted Kelly, confronted Kelly, and Kelly ran towards her room. And then Twala said, all I can say is that what I saw, I wouldn't say it's what she saw. She will come to court to say what she saw. Then Mnisi said, Longo will further say that the first intruder, before he could say anything, he cocked the gun. Is that how you saw it? Then Twala said, as I said, I didn't see it like that, and he will come and say it in court. Then Mnisi said, furthermore, the state will still call Kelly to this court. She will tell the court that in the midst of everything, she saw her mom struggling with the second suspect. Okay. Is that how you saw it? Then Twala said, what I saw is that which I said. Mnisi then said, Kelly will come and tell this court that Senzo, Mthoko, and Madlala were struggling with the gunman. Then Twala said, to me, it didn't happen like that, but she will come and tell the court how she saw it happen. Nisi then said, refers to Madlala's evidence in chief that Madlala said Senzo was struggling with the alleged tall intruder who is said to have been the second one who entered the house. Remember that. That's what Tumelo testified while he was on the stand. While the gun was held by the alleged first intruder. Mr. Twala, you told the court that Mr. Meyiwa was struggling with the suspect with the gun. Mr. Madlala says, what I saw there was that the deceased had an altercation with the second guy. Now, do you realize that there is a contradiction between what Mr. Madlala and what you told this court? Then Twala said, I hear you, but, and then he went on with his essays. I didn't have the energy.
He's got a lot of essays.
I left that part, guys.
Why?
My apologies, but I couldn't.
Why they let him have those essays initially, the first 2? was so that they can poke the hole. And the third one and the fourth advocate, they don't need to let him have these essays because already he has said mouthful.
Yes.
He has said a lot of things that are needed. It's okay if the line of questioning is going to be like this, because at some point it becomes difficult if you're still going to do it yourself. So if there are other people to poke the holes, let these people express themselves as they believe that there's, one thing I have gathered today about Mthoko is that he believes that he's the smartest person. I don't know whether he's smart or not, but I know that he's got that confidence. Why he spoke, in fact, he's not even shy to present himself as an English speaking person and Zulu speaking person. He's not choosing one, which begs a lot of questions when he's trying to debunk all the statements that were written in the name of this is not what I would have wrote. Maybe that was written by that person who was writing it. When it suits you, Mthoko, because you have this energy of even wanting to answer without an interpreter. That means you understand English. All these testimonies that you wrote, they must be, the statements that you wrote, they must be easy to comprehend from your side. Because, if you can read the book of English, the book that was written in English, read it with ease, and within 3 days. That's what Mr. Nxumalo, Advocate Nxumalo, was trying to poke here, to actually tease it out from him, so that he closes that gap of saying that I might not have written that, the casting of doubts. But we'll get there when he's giving when we are at Advocate Nxumalo's cross-examination. But for now, Mnisi was very key to Advocate Nxumalo, and I think from now on, Mthoko, for me, it has been discredited already. By the three of them, he has been discredited already. It's just a procedure now to even go further and give Mshololo that chance. He has been discredited.
It's done.
He's been contradicting himself the whole day today.
Now, Mnisi carried on to say, do you see there's a contradiction? And Mr. Twala said, I don't think we will say that the same thing because we won't see the same thing in the same way. Then Mr. Mnisi said, Advocate Mnisi said, I am not asking you that. I'm asking you, do you see that there's a contradiction? Then Twala said, yes, we are not the same thing. Mnisi said, you are aware that the altercation of what happened between Senzo and the suspect was eye-catching moment.
Yes.
Then Twala said, I hear what you say, but when you say eye-catching, do you mean in the sitting room or the kitchen room? Then Twala said, Mr. Mnisi said, I'm referring to Senzo's altercation between whomever he had it with, whether it was in the sitting room or the kitchen. Then the state objected here. Advocate Baloyi came in with an objection that honestly didn't make sense to me.
Look, let us mention it.
Okay.
When these people come with objections, I don't know if whether you have noticed, Mthoko, he might be asking for a simple clarity, where in the kitchen or in the bathroom. I don't care.
Room.
Yeah. But what happens after that is that Mthoko changes the tune. Mthoko tries now to align his clarity that he was seeking to what is being said by the judge and by who's this guy, Mr. Vaseline.
Because now the argument turned from eye-catching to altercation.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I was listening to the guy. The Mnisi did say that altercation before he went to the word eye-catching. He said, do you now see that altercation that was happening? Would you say that altercation at that moment of a scuffle or whatever that you might think of, would you say that was an eye-catching moment? I mean, that was what in a simpler English, determining moment.
Determining moment.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to say. And for some weird reason, when the judge is asking, Mnisi is under impression that the judge is not asking far back to when he started with saying altercation. He's asking about eye-catching, which is sounding similar. He's not running away from answering the altercation part. But the judge knows that. For me, the judge kind of understood what Mnisi was trying to do. Mnisi explains, no, I'm talking about eye-catching, my lord. Because that's where the judge started asking after he said eye-catching, not after altercation. You know, he waited for Mnisi to reach eye-catching from altercation. That sounds the same. And then Mnisi was answering the eye-catching part, not aware that the judge is actually asking far back in terms of altercation. There was nothing malicious there. Simple thing was turned into the whole circus. And guess what? You go read the definition of altercation. Exactly. It says the same thing.
It says a fight.
In fact, it talks about how decent the fight is.
In a manner of it's talk shouting.
Yes.
There's shouting
and you go further, you hear Mthoko's testimony or Mthoko being cross-examined, talking about people who were shouting Kelly's mother. Is it far-fetched? They come back, they don't say anything.
It's the same thing. English teacher. So after Longwe had stood up, okay, Mr. Mdisi then came in and let's say rephrase the question. He said, let me put it this way. After Longwe had stood up, that gave everyone an opportunity to stand up, and then Senzo approached this man, and there was a tussle between Senzo and this man, and that proceeded to the kitchen. Then Twala said yes. And that pushing was the defining moment of the whole thing. The state objected, saying that attaching weight to specific moments was not right. My lordship, it's not right to
it's not
attach the specific moment. And that is not something that the witness should respond to. Yeah, and then the judge said, Mr. Twala, do you understand what a defining moment is? Then Twala said, I think so. Then the judge said, do you want to answer that question? Then
they
Twala
are
said,
disappointed.
No.
You know where they are disappointed?
Where?
You've got a person who's very willing to prove that they understand English. And that's what I've seen. He's got appetite for that. Togo has appetite to prove that I am within, guys. I can speak with you in English. You don't even need an interpreter. That's why every time he's asked a certain word in English, he's eager to say yes. And in fact, he's tempted to say yes, which, I mean, I think these are simple terms. There's nothing sinister about that. All I'm saying is that you could have just said, I don't understand, you know? And then when the judge realizes that this man is actually willing to answer this question by saying, I understand it. Now, he poses a question that sort of, for me, sort of sends a signal to say, do you want to answer this question? Was that now a position of a judge to do that? I know that it's a position of a judge to enforce and do all those things
to
in
rule,
terms of
to make a ruling.
But to ask that question in that manner after there was that bickering, it sort of sends a signal to the person that do not answer this question.
Now, Mdisi asked, was there a tussle between Senzo and the second suspect? Then Twala said, I wouldn't say that I saw it. Mr. Twala, you were very specific yesterday in your testimony that the tussle was between Senzo and the gunman. And further on, Senzo was being assisted by the two ladies who were hitting with him. Right? Then Mdisi said, you never made mention of the second suspect could have been involved in the same tussle. Then Twala said, what I said to the court, the scuffle started in the sitting room towards the kitchen room. The tussle between Senzo started towards the kitchen, and that Madlala joined in the tussle. So Mnisi was like, that's exactly my point. You know what this gave me an impression of? It's like someone who has memorized, someone who has told themselves a story and they are, you understand what I'm saying?
And perhaps we've got a point, Emily, because eventually the man comes out and say that I had him to Melo answered the same question. That is now, you see, a person who's always willing to answer and give more details without being requested to do so is the person who's not gonna support your narrative if you have any narrative. This guy is always willing to give extra, and that extra in a form of, yes, maybe wasting time, but that extra can actually catch up with him.
Yes.
And it has been like catching up with him.
Today,
yes.
Many times. And Mnisi said, that's exactly my point. You never said the second suspect tussled with the deceased. You just said he was there. Then Twala said, yes. Mnisi said, you always mentioned the tussle between the two deceased and the gunman. Twala said, yes. Mnisi in the kitchen. Twala said, yes. Twala then said there was a panic and everyone was shocked and we wouldn't have seen the same thing.
Yeah.
Mnisi said, I am going to put it to you that you have come here to put a particular narrative on how the deceased died in the house.
Yes.
Then Twala said, what I am telling you is that it's not fabricated. I'm telling you what happened in front of the court. Then Mnisi said, and little did you realize that the narrative wouldn't stand the test. I have got no further questions.
The test of... You see here, Mthoko has been, for me, casting like doubts to some of the statements that are there, and which is a very smart move, if you ask me, because I mean only people who have done law can actually, I mean, be able to do that and know when to do it. He's been doing it when it's necessary. Just give him that. Not to say though that he has not, because of his big mouth, he has found himself he took himself out, brings himself into trouble. That's what he does. By saying that, on a given day, the advocate that was sitting down, which is Mnes, was to simply argue that this man is not legit, without even arguing further. He was just sending that signal, which also makes him even weaker, because now he's saying, you start doubting yourself. If someone tells you, you've actually put yourself into more trouble without telling you anything further. I rest my case, let me sit down, and there's someone else who's coming there. That is why now he's crumbling under Nxumalo, because he's doubting himself.
Yeah, they had to go on and deliberate on the word altercation before the tea adjournment. Then when they came back, thank goodness they let it go. Because at some point before the broadcast cut, I heard Mshololo say, I'm going to need that word. I need a dictionary. No, I was like, Tata Mshololo.
It's for me, there's nothing needing dictionary there. It is just one of those things that I don't think, man, we should be seeing. Such things. These are things where someone is proving that as much as he's correcting people to English himself, is also running short of the ways of distracting. Because this for me is distraction. I mean, I feel like there's too much distraction there.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And thank goodness after the tea adjournment, they let it go. Advocate Nxumalo for accused 4 was on his feet, and he commenced with his cross-examination of the state witness. He started off by asking Mr. Twala, what is your level of education? And then Twala said, for now, matric, but I am in the process of completing in university. Nxumalo then asked, I see you were using English and Zulu interchangeably. Then Twala said, yes. Nxumalo asked, you will confirm that when you went to the police station a day after the incident, you could still remember what had happened? Then Twala said, yes, some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Then Khumalo asked, but it was just a day after. It was not like years before. Then Twala said, yes, it doesn't mean I would remember everything. There are things I would still remember later. Then Khumalo asked which language was used when the statement was made. Then Twala said, I would say English and Zulu because I know how I
am. You know, like this is someone who's actually trying to put it out there that, look, I'm good. Bring Zulu, bring English. I'm all good.
Khumalo then said, when I refer to Exhibit P1, I'm referring to the statement obtained from you on the 27th of October. Did you read the statement after making it? Then Twala said, I don't recall. Khumalo then asked, was it read back to you? Then Twala said, I can't remember. It's 9 years back. Khumalo then said, you signed it. Then Twala said, I think I did. Khumalo reminded him, you signed it. I'm telling you, you signed it. Then Twala said, okay. Khumalo then said, I am telling you, you signed it. Why did you sign it? Then Twala said, I was told to sign it because there were other things that I was signing.
Casting doubt to the statement itself by saying you were told. So it's like, so what is left is I was forced to sign.
And another thing before I forget, I like how he set the rules to say to Mthoko that I will not be doing this back and forth with you.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Those long essays, Mthoko exhausted me yesterday. He exhausted me. I wasn't expecting him to be that difficult, but you know what? He was difficult. And his answers were very long, and he was very argumentative with Advocate Mnisi. But this time, Khumalo said it from the word go, that I'm not going to argue.
Look, the way of Mnisi's way, he lets you be.
Yeah.
He can be hard there and there.
Yeah.
But he lets you be. And that, I think, was important. That's why he got even more time, because he needed to let this man be free and be comfortable, that he can speak back to these people.
Okay.
When he gets someone who says now, no, don't speak back, I'm not here to argue with you, now it's a shocker. Because you find yourself in a situation where you have to answer yes or no. That's it. A simple yes or no, which then is going to put you into trouble. That's why he was found wandering. Even under Mnisi was a lot of time found wandering. Just that he didn't want to say yes or no.
Then Khumalo said, do you understand the significance of signing a document? Then Twala apparently was smiling at that time. And then he said, maybe you can tell me. Khumalo said, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. When I'm asking you a question and you think this is a joke, I'm not fighting with you. Then Twala said, how? When did we get to the fighting part? I'm answering a question. You said, do I know the importance of signing? The suspect's language is back in question. It was now back in question, the Zulu Sotho.
Because there's no way of making it subside. There's no way of making it just disappear like that and as if it never existed. You have said it because you talk a lot.
Yeah, you give too much information. Then Khumalo said, when he said that, in what language was he speaking? Then Twala said, like I said, he spoke in Sotho Zulu. Khumalo then said, so he didn't say the words cell phone and money in English.
Yes.
Twala said he said it in English. Khumalo then said, but that's not what you told this court. Then Twala said, I said the words cell phone and money were in English or were English words, but the person was not a white person. The words were uttered in English, but according to how he said them, you could tell that this person was Zulu. Asked why he only mentioned that the suspects had dreadlocks at the end of the statement and never mentioned other features, Twala said it was an error that he didn't mention other features or asked to mention those by the officer taking down the statement. Khumalo then asked, any reason why you didn't mention in the statement that you might have heard another shot? Then Twala said, that's why I said sometimes you may not remember other things, and that's why the officer also told me if I remember other things later, I should let them know.
Look, it's a statement taken, and then with a lot of skeleton, like you're gonna, okay, you know what you want to write. It's like you writing an essay. You know, some people go in and just write, okay, I know that there is 4 points that I'm gonna have to go through. To me, it sounds like, okay, if it was prepared, if it was a prepared thing, this thing that needed to happen, at the time we knew what was going to happen, but we didn't know how to paint it. So leave a lot of loopholes. When you are being examined, you can always fill it up. And that's what Mthoko has been doing all this day. He's been filling up where he needs to fill up. And without question, no, if you don't follow, you would think it's part of the statement.
Then Khumalo said, you also said Zandi's boyfriend jumped on the suspect and grabbed the firearm. Then Twala said, I think that's the part that was corrected.
Exactly. Exactly, because
Mthoko has changed a lot of
no,
statements.
because how are you gonna justify you grabbed a weapon for your life, for heaven's sake? You grabbed this weapon, and then how did you let it go and run out? How do you justify that? You grabbed it. You have one chance of stopping someone from taking your life. You one chance, and you grab the hand, and then how did you let it go? And when you let it go and leave it with him, how did that person just let you walk out as if it was just a test?
Well, Twala said, I think that's the part that was corrected. I said he pushed him and ran out. Yeah, now he sure did correct a lot of statements, and I don't think he understands that it does not look good for him. Even Tumelo didn't correct any statements, did he now? No.
No.
Which reminds me of what our caller yesterday had to say in terms of that. If he's not careful, this might come back to him, eh?
You see, the problem, Emil, is that a platform has been laid where you could become a suspect. And I'll tell you where it was laid, where Mthoko could actually become a suspect.
Yeah.
Mthoko was busy with his phone. We don't know what he was doing with his phone, but he was busy with his phone. That is a platform that was laid for you to become a suspect. And the problem is, it only takes one person out of those people who were in the house to come and say, actually, Mthoko is the one who did all this thing. That's why he even managed to get out and nothing was done to him and go to the other side. Now the story of intruder sticks right there. Mthoko is probably the one who was directing these people to come here. You know, because he was busy on the phone. That's why when he went out, Mthoko didn't struggle. Mthoko just went out.
Well, Khumalo then said, in your evidence in chief, you told the court that when Longwe saw this person, he stood, went in the direction of this person, moved by his side and went out. Do you remember that? Then Twala said no. Khumalo then asked, that's what you said before cross-examination by the defense. Then Twala said, I think you are referring to me when I said I went to the side when I went out.
So you see,
I did say Longwe pushed the suspect.
You see, when you know something, when the problem is that when you are told that in this road there's a stop somewhere, when you're driving, you just drive fast. You always gonna be ready to hit that brake, but where you were not told where to hit the brake, and then you hit the brake anyway, because when you see something written, even if it was just someone painting the tire road but said hi, you're gonna brake. And that's what Mthoko for me was doing today. That's why he's. I think you were asking me about this. He's like, you are preempting what this person is saying. Wait for him to explain. If you are confused, say, can you explain further? I do not understand. Do not say, I think this is the question you are trying to put to me. I mean, why do you need to say that?
Hey. And Khumalo then said, and in your statement, you did not mention that Longwe had pushed the suspect. Twala then said, that's what that's why I say I corrected it. Khumalo then said, but this statement was made a day after. but it was 3 years down the line when you corrected it. Then Twala said, yes, the statement was made a day after, and when it was read to me 3 years later, that's when I corrected that. In another statement made in 2014, you mentioned that immediately after the suspect came into the house, he pointed a gun at us.
Yeah.
Then Twala said, I hear that, but I have always said that he swerved the firearm, not that he pointed the firearm, but you could see the firearm.
Yeah.
Then Khumalo said, but you never mentioned that in your statement. Then Twala said, yes. Khumalo then said, but here you are clear that he pointed the firearm. Then Twala said, like I said, maybe the police officer chose to use the word pointed.
Blame game. Blame someone else.
Yeah, ne? Khumalo then said, what did you tell Colonel Chipiri? Did you say the gun was blackish in color? Then Twala said, I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said, you still insist you can't tell this court the color of the gun? Then Twala said, yes. Khumalo then said, the paragraph continues to say, I could see the front portion of the firearm. Then Twala said, I could say that because in the end I was asked how did I see that it was a gun. Then I told him that it was in the way he was holding it. I could see a little bit in the front that it was a gun, but I could not say what type of gun it was.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said, you also say here you could see the end up of the gun.
Yeah.
Then Twala said, yes, he asked me how did I know that it was a firearm, and that's why I said I could see the end of it to tell that it was a gun. Then Khumalo said, I put it to you that clearly you saw it and what type of firearm. I am saying this because of what you told Warrant Officer Steenkamp, that the firearm was an old revolver. Then Twala said, I thought I had already explained, but I'll answer again, that I never told her that it's an old revolver. It's an old revolver, I don't know it. The same question was posed to Tumelo. He also said the same thing, that he never said it's an old revolver.
Now, by singing it, by making it a choir type of an answer, where everyone sings the same tune, now it makes it right, Mr. Twala. Does it make it right?
Now he was speaking on behalf of Tumelo, funny enough, while he's always saying, I cannot speak on behalf of other people. That was very interesting.
The same way Tumelo spoke on behalf of him, I think later on.
Yes, it was very interesting. Now, how did he know that Tumelo was asked that specific question? Well, Nxumalo asked, how do you know that the question was posed to Tumelo Madlala? Then Twala said, I saw it on the news. Then Mr. Nxumalo said, I put it to you that when you say you saw it on the news, was it at the time that Tumelo Madlala was testifying in court? Then Twala said, I can't remember when. Khumalo expressed annoyance at Twala seemingly smiling mischievously as he gives answers. Now, this is according to the reporters who were in the courtroom. Ne?
Yeah.
They were saying that he was smiling mischievously. Mthoko. Nah. That's when Mr. Nxumalo came in and said, now you are making this a joke. These are very serious issues that the court has to take a decision on. Your best friend is killed in a robbery. So don't take this as a joke. People at the gallery were laughing at what you were saying because each and every time when a question is asked to you and you see that you have been cornered, you come up with an answer that you don't remember. Then Twala said, first of all, Senzo's matter, I'll never take it as a joke. Because you don't know the difficulty I went through in these past 9 years about this case.
Do you mind? Like, since you are telling us voluntarily, do you mind telling us what you went through because of Senzo's passing? And do you want to share? Let me give you 2 minutes of doing that. Just share what really has been happening in your life since Senzo's passing.
You would have done that.
Yeah.
So when you say I take this as a joke, it doesn't sit well with me. It's painful. Those words are painful.
He was just provoking the sympathy of a judge because a judge seemingly cares a lot about
His
how
condition.
these people feel
His
from
emotional.
Tumelo to Mthoko. I think the people that it was okay with is the police.
Yeah.
It was okay with those ones. In fact, they were not even hidden. But any person who comes here to testify and say he doesn't want cameras, I'm doubting that person from now on.
Yes.
What do you have
They
to
want
hide?
the sympathy card.
What do you have to hide? What do you have to hide?
They want to portray themselves as a victim.
Some of these people will. So I'm waiting for the two, and I have to say that I'm waiting for the two because they've been on the news. Those people, they are not afraid of facing cameras. Too many interviews. If they say we don't want to be seen, I'm done.
My value,
I'm losing
case. My value. Then secondly, if people are laughing, you also make mistakes as lawyers and they laugh. And why are you picking at me? I was like, way, lele. Oh, pity party.
It's a wrong person to pick it up with. Green Mamba is not a joke. I mean, Black Mamba is not a joke.
Who's Black Mamba now?
Hey, you want everything to be explained. But Black Mamba is not a joke.
Khumalo then said, we are not going to give you a platform where you address us. You must just answer the question. Maybe I put it in a way that does not sit well with you, but I've been noticing this from the onset. When you are being asked questions by the defense counsel, when you see that you can't answer, you maneuver your position. You come up with an answer that you can't remember.
Yes.
Then Twala continued to argue that he can't remember. He cannot remember something that he can't remember. Then it comes back to bite him. Cry me a river. Mthoko, you're doing too much. This is too much of a pity party. Your best friend died.
Oh, but at least he hasn't cried. And Tumelo cried, right?
No, Tumelo cried actually at the end of the testimony.
Okay.
At the end of it. Well, he was still on the stand, no. He was being cheeky. And Mthoko was developing cheekiness as well.
All right.
Yeah, it's a lot coming from them. So Advocate Nxumalo was still zooming in on the details contained in various statements after the long adjournment now.
Yes.
We're in the final session. And this is where it went down because, a lot of details came through. So let's quickly go through them. They were made by eyewitness. Mthoko Twala. This is the first statement.
Yeah.
The suspect did not say much. He wanted cell phones and money.
Yes.
Wearing a hoodie covering his head. I could see dreadlocks protruding through the near his ears. Now, Mr. Nxumalo asked, Advocate Nxumalo asked, was the suspect wearing a hoodie jacket? Then Twala said no. The first suspect was wearing a hat. Nxumalo asked, you were cross-examined. Didn't you say the suspect wore a woolly jacket? Then Twala said no. Khumalo then said, was the second suspect wearing a hat? Then Twala said he was the one who was wearing a jacket hoodie. I can't remember the color of the hoodie jacket the suspect was wearing. I can remember that the suspect was wearing a hat, but I don't know the color of the hat.
Yeah.
Was the second suspect wearing a hat or a hoodie jacket? Then Twala said he's the one who was wearing a hoodie. Khumalo then asked, but it is not what is stated in that paragraph. Do you agree with me? Then Twala said, yes, I hear you. Khumalo then said, there's no way in the statement that you jumped the gate into the neighbor's gate and then jumped the wall back into the Khumalo homestead. Now, this is a statement that they read from the neighbor. I don't know if I should read it or it would take more time.
Just
But
read
yes,
it.
We're picking most important parts.
Read it. Do you want to read it or it's...
Yeah, it is in front of me.
Okay.
Then Senzo jumped in as well, started assaulting the suspect, screaming at the same time. Is that how it happened? The person that was noisy was Kelly's mother. Then, as I was seated next to Senzo and we all froze as it came as a shock, Zandi's boyfriend jumped on the suspect and grabbed the firearm.
Yeah.
Okay, the one with the gate. Okay.
Yeah. So Do you need more on that?
No, let me continue.
Okay.
There's no way in the statement that you jump the gate into the neighbor's gate.
Yeah.
Right? And then jump the wall back into the Khumalo homestead. Then Twala said, I don't know about that statement, but there's somewhere where I did mention that I jumped over the gate.
You know what is funny? Is you jumping the gate and then willingly jump the wall, going back. That's fun. Unless you jumped in that area initially, jumping back will be okay.
Yeah. But if you jumped using the gate and then when you go back, you jump via the wall facing the kitchen door.
It will be very interesting. My question to if they would to come, those people to testify. Do you guys remember? Do you keep your gate closed? That will be first thing. Do you guys keep your gate closed?
Or locked?
Or locked. Then probably they don't, because that one was open. Kelly in that spaza shop, it was open. Probably they don't. So,
yeah. Then Nxumalo you say in the statement the suspect was carrying the knife, and when I ran outside he followed me and I jumped the wall to the neighbor's house. Then Twala said yes, and Nxumalo says, so where do you say you jumped over the gate? You say in the statement that you jumped over the wall, and even when you came back you jumped over the wall. Then Twala said, yes, I hear you. It is not written that I went through the gate, but I did go through the gate. Then Nxumalo asked, in the statement you said before you moved out of the kitchen door, you pushed the suspect who had a knife and then you ran out of the kitchen door. Then Twala said, yes, I put it to you that the corrections made on your statements in 2017 were based on what you heard or seen on national television. Then Twala said, no, that's not the case. Then Twala told the court that he found Meyiwa lying on the left side of the sitting room. Now, this also came from another statement that was read out in court. Then Twala said, Twala was told to point to the court where the deceased was lying.
Yeah.
Nxumalo has pointed to a position on the right side of the sitting room where blood spatters could be seen between the couch and the TV stand, which is the position where Madlala told the court he found Meyiwa lying, contrary to what Twala is saying. So Twala Ena said he found Senzo on the left side of the sitting room.
Yeah.
And Madlala said in the middle. Did he say in the middle or on the right side?
Between the TV and the couch. And the couch.
Which is different.
Which was on the right side. That's the right side. Because the TV
right
is
side.
on the,
it's the opposite side.
Yes.
So, Mthoko, you are in trouble. Nxumalo then said, can you see there was contradiction to what you were saying and what Madlala said?
But I don't like that narrative.
Then Twala said yes.
That Mthoko is in trouble here. If this is the narrative that we are being fed, and we feel that this narrative is actually the wrong food, everyone who was in the house should be in trouble, even Tumelo himself. I mean, it's unfortunate that Mthoko is the one at the stage right now who's contradicting what was said by Mthoko. By Tumelo, which in my thinking it's gonna be more in line with what is gonna be said by Zandi or Kelly. This is my thinking. Mthoko, as I said, for me, Mthoko is an odd one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nxumalo then said after both swabs of blood found in the house were sent to the lab, it was found that the blood that was found there was found to belong to the deceased. Then Twala said, yes. Nxumalo said, you also told the court that you were not involved in a wrestling. Then Twala said, yes. Reading from a statement made by Kelly Khumalo, Nxumalo reads, when I was in the bedroom, I remember that my child was in the other room. Left the room to go check on my child in the other room. When I went out, I saw my mother struggling with the tall guy. I then tried to help my mom push the tall guy. I did not see what was happening behind me. I just heard gunshots. Then Khumalo said, what do you have to say about that? And then Twala said, you are telling me what Kelly saw, but there were portions I don't agree with.
Yes.
Because what happened is what I am saying.
Yeah.
Then Khumalo said, but Kelly's putting a picture of two groups. One where the mother was struggling with the tall guy, and the second group where there was you, Senzo, and Tumelo, and the other intruder. Then Twala said, yes. Khumalo then said, and according to Kelly, the struggle is in the sitting room and not in the kitchen.
Yes.
She says, I jumped backwards, and my sister then there, I noticed something that had hit her. She said she thought she had been shot.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said, I then saw Senzo running towards me, trying to grab me. I grabbed him and I could see he was weak. He fell into my hands and then I realized there was blood on his back. I turned him over and noticed more blood on his chest.
Is that
He fell
is that
on
Kelly?
the couch, yes.
What happened to he was protecting me?
Maybe that's what she thought. He fell on the couch and I helped him.
No, we
And I
have a
was
different
screaming.
picture, Emil. Why do you just go past this thing? We have a different picture. You know, initially, in my thinking is that okay, someone wants a phone from Kelly, and then someone protects Kelly, and that person is Senzo. That's what I was thinking. But you went to the room. And that person followed you. You succeeded in cutting that person off. And Senzo was busy with their business there. What happened to that protection thing? Just saying it in advance so that if there's preparation that is needed for us to actually present. I'm just saying for us. If we need preparation, then we will prepare.
We will prepare accordingly. He fell on the couch and I helped him. And I was screaming, calling for help. At that time, the gunman was still in the house and my son was standing next to him.
So Togo didn't save this young boy. He just took him and put him on his left and that's it. And then he left.
And he ran.
Disappeared.
Khumalo then said, you see that this paragraph changes the whole dimension of the case. In relation to you hearing the shot in the kitchen, it is in stark contrast to what Kelly is saying here. Then Twala said, I can say I agree with you. Both Tumelo and I mentioned it happened in the kitchen, but there's nowhere she mentions this happened in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said the blood spatters in the sitting adds credence to the idea that the deceased was shot in the sitting room and not in the kitchen. Then Twala said, I hear you.
In a sense, it's kind of aligning with what Miss Kelly is saying.
After reading Longwe's statements, there's a part where he said, after hearing the shots, he ran out to look for help. That part specifically, that's the one I extracted. Longwe said, Longo was in the house when shots were fired. Okay, that's what this line is telling us. After hearing the shots, he ran out to look for help. So Longo was in the house when the shots were fired. So Twala said, I hear you, but I dispute that.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said, do you know who shot the deceased? Then Twala said, there is no one who I saw that shot him. I did mention where they were standing when the first shot went off. Then Khumalo said, if you knew who shot Senzo, would you tell this court? Then Twala said, yes. Khumalo then said, I will take that you wouldn't want the killers of your best friend to go scot-free.
Yes.
Then Twala said, yes, I wouldn't do that. Khumalo then said, and also, you wouldn't want the wrong people being punished for something they didn't do.
Yes.
Then Twala said, yes. Then there was another statement read from Leslie Nsebenzo Ngache, who was a police officer at the time, warrant officer. So what the statement tells us is that 2 shots are fired inside the house.
Yes.
This witness is looking at the direction of the kitchen door of the Khumalo homestead and no one came out. So this statement contradicts what Mthoko told the court after the first intruder shot went out and you heard the second shot while you were outside the house. So this is what the contradiction is. Because the neighbors, it's actually not the police officer, my apologies, it's the neighbor.
Yeah, it's a neighbor that said he was
said
sleeping and he saw
they
no
were
one
looking
came out.
Yeah, at the kitchen door of the neighbor and the Khumalo homestead, they are facing each other.
Well, it's very funny because now we are here and the neighbors will have to come at some point.
To testify.
Let's hope they don't change their statements also. Keep chopping and changing. There's a lot of chopping and changing.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes that are happening to those statements. Now they asked him, do you agree with what I'm saying, Twala? Twala then said, no, I'm not in agreement with it. Khumalo said, I put it to you that your statement and your evidence before this court was an invention of the evidence after you looked and watched the TV when Madlala was testifying in this court. Then Twala said, that is not true. Shots are fired that prompted us to run from the Khumalo house. So that prompted me to run from the Khumalo house. What prompted you to come back? This is what Mr. Khumalo asked.
Yes.
Then Twala said, because he came back with the people from next door. Khumalo then said, also, you come across your friend going the other way and you don't tell him, let's go this way. Then Twala said, like I said, the firearm went off. There wouldn't be time to say, Senzo, let's go this way. Khumalo then said, but Longwe ran out of the house. Then Twala said, yes. Khumalo then said, but he was not chased. Only you were chased. Is that not surprising? Then Twala said, it is. And I also wish I had the answer.
Yeah.
Khumalo then said, is it also not surprising that he just stood up without saying any word and ran when someone with a gun came in? Then Twala said, yes, that's surprising. This is with regards to Longwe Twala. Then amongst the people that were in the house, is there anyone who had dreadlocks before the intruders came in? Then Twala said, no, Longwe did not have dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Twala said no. So Khumalo then asked, I'm instructed by accused number 4 who was arrested on the 27th of November 2020. Have you been to any ID parade since 2020? Then Twala said no. Khumalo said, is it true that you have not said anything about the involvement of accused number 4 in the crime? Then Twala said, I've not said anything about anyone's involvement. Then, there were no further questions. Khumalo closed. But Khumalo left a lot to tackle.
Did he ask about the dreads?
Yes, he asked about the dreads.
Did Longwe had dreads at the time?
Yes, he asked just before he closed.
And what did Mthoko say?
No.
He didn't have dreads.
That's what Mthoko said. He didn't have dreadlocks.
He has had them before.
I think so.
There are pictures.
There's a
of
pictures.
Him. Yes, there are pictures of him showing in dreads.
That's interesting.
We have to say that.
So he's had dreadlocks before.
Before, yes.
Were they long? Were they short? Were they?
They are similar size.
Medium size.
Yeah, medium size. So Emily, you're thinking. What did you think about today? Short and sweet.
In short, I felt like Mthoko was supporting the mastermind theory, and I felt like in his way of thinking, he's smart. He's singing this mastermind theory or driving and supporting it. He's not realizing something in the end, in that his best friend from childhood will also be implicated in the mastermind theory. And I don't think he realizes that. He's literally throwing his friend under the bus. And that is friend I'm referring to, Mandisa. Because if it leads to that, Mthoko, I don't know, your friendship with Mandisa, if it's going to survive that. That's how all I could see, that, you know what? And funny enough, he's digging a grave for himself. He's leading to this theory. And there were minimum objections coming from Advocate Baloyi. I mean, we've seen Advocate Baloyi literally stand up to object on every tiny little bit of thing before with Tumelo. Do you remember? So this time around, Advocate Baloyi, it's like he wasn't even there. It was like, check. Maybe he was checking, check. You know?
Yeah.
It felt that way. It felt like this is not the Advocate Baloyi we're used to. He objects every single detail, every single minor detail. But now it was like he was watching Mthoko literally drown, and he was not here for it.
Emil, I just want to put this picture here while we are talking here. I think it came late. So I'm just gonna try to fit it. Let me stretch it if it's doable. I don't know if it's easy then to check like that.
Okay.
If you look at it, this is the guy who said he would actually fit it in the kitchen. So basically, the commotion would look something like this. So basically, what this picture is looking like, it looks like there is no space. So you won't be able to.
You can't pass by there.
No.
There's no passing and going to the door if you're standing by the ark.
No.
2 people, it's 2 by 2, and it's a very tiny space.
It is.
What the measurements? What are they looking like? Are they accurate too?
Yeah, they look a bit accurate.
And look at the door. Do you see the door?
Yeah, I see the door.
The door is closed, and that is the butler door that is going outside.
Outside, yes.
So how did Mthoko actually go through that? That is very interesting.
It will be very hard actually to navigate, considering there are about 6 people. Yeah, 6, 2, 4, 6.
And he says he passed behind all of them. Where exactly?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out. Looking at the pictures, it will be. Yeah, this is obviously our sketch. It's not their sketch. Thank you very much from the person who took their time and fit this thing.
Thank you. Who is it?
We don't need to mention the name unless he wants us to mention the name. He will tell us. But yeah, that's basically how it looks, Emil. It's to me, it doesn't look like something that you can just easily navigate around these people. It is not looking like that. The lines are getting open.
Yeah, let's
so
open
you
the
can
lines.
call.
Guys, please call us and let us know what you thought about today's proceedings. I'm happy about
the defense.
I'm very happy about Advocate Nisi, even Advocate Nxumalo, the no nonsense. Even Ramosepeli.
All of them, they've been working together. That's what I like about it.
Nonsense advocate.
I like that they are working together. Like the 3 guys that I've seen, I like that they are working together. There's no one who wants to overshine someone, because that's what could have killed this case.
Yeah.
You know, once you guys want to overshine, hey, it's me, I brought this one home. That's a problem. They must work hand in hand, hand in a glove.
And they have
Zansi
little
reality.
to work with.
Hello, how are you?
Siphilile futhi ninjani?
Siphilile mfowethu njani?
Hey, network yenu ithethela kude.
Sithethela kude mfowethu.
Ngithethela kude andikuva kakuhle. Yeah, but let me say, hey, yeah, from yesterday till today.
Yeah.
Yeah, kukwambeke kakuhle, and enye into endibona is that unansika lo mfana lona unansika i-Black Mamba ne.
Yeah.
Iprove right thina bantu sithi khange kubekho umuntu ungenayo pha. You see? Reason why uyabona abafana aba bathetha izinto ezingafaniyo.
Yeah.
And even nale picture boyiveza ngoku whereby ubonakala uba akho ndlela uba angaphuma ngayo pha, and short ikudutyulwe ekitchen, yena unantsika use-dining room, and then uphinde uya kule ndawo inegani. So ndithetha ukuthi kuyo yonke le nto masingazenzeli intloko lo mfana uprova right uba akekho umuntu ongenileyo apha. And if ever uyaqaphela is that kukho abantu abaprotectwayo apha ababini, which means unantsika lo mfana kaThwala ne noKheli, yabo, bazanywa ukhutshwa ngendlela zonke kuyo yonke lento le. So into mna endiyibonayo is that ilele apha between uKheli nalo mfana kaThwala, but I don't know akhange baxelelane ngoba besenza istatement. That's because uKheli ngokuza nesinye statement sakhe esitshintsha yonke lento ibithethwa ngabo, yeyona, and baphethe bephikisana kodwa ibingabo bonke abebehleli phana endlini. So uyenzela and ne-question nosisebeke wathi lo mfana uVasilina ngoku aka-object uhlala phansi ekho-active, yize mandibeke kanjalo. And abantu bangabikho active uyayibona naye uba uyayiluza icase. That's because state into esithatha inantsika statement we-understand yam ezithatha zonke ezi-statement and uyayazi uba zonke ezi statement azifana kho mntu uzawuthetha into efanayo neyomnye phaa so siyaluza istate kanjalo mandiyekela abanye otherwise ndiyavuya xa siprova right lo mfana unantsika i-black mamba I hope nomnye uzawukwazi phofu siprova right nomnye ozawungena phaa.
I like the word black mamba. Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Andikuzwa kahle bhuti.
No, I'm saying I like the word black mamba. Hey, thank you very much.
Black mamba. Kaloku sino-afro apha sino-vaselina sino-black mamba ko linde omnye uzawubizwa ngani and bendisoloko ndimthethelela ujaji but kunika izinto ebengakhange ndizithande ngelo xesha ebebuza iquestion unantsika ulo tata umnisi ne.
Yes.
And then ujaji uyathanda uba enze comfortable lo mfana lo unantsika uSnake siya.
Yes.
Yabo?
Yes.
Usenza comfortable and bafaka amagama kuye uyabo and kule nto buyithethe ukuthi bike yathi buza ijaji uba uyayifuna nawe iphendula to say that okay no if ever into I'm sure akho comfortable ngayo or ufilishe ukonati so even uthi no andizukwazi uyiphendula and wacontinuesha la mfana wenza loo nto yebo.
Yeah
otherwise into endingakhanda iyithande kujaji but andifuna uphusha i-narrative yento yejaji engathembakaliyo nto masinike i-chance ijaji.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mzansi, hello.
Mr. Anonymous.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yes. I can see the changes since T4 went out because, like you correctly said, T4 lacked some emotional intelligence. But all the lawyers that are here today, this time, they are emotionally cool. They have some kind of emotional intelligence, and I don't think they are stupid that they don't see that the judge is swaying the other direction. Because the judge is always, for me, he has a mandate to sway the case to the state's way, you see. So, but I don't think these lawyers are stupid. They want to beat him in his own game. They are not going to raise it now, but they're going to raise it by dealing with the witnesses. Because here you see now it is Vaseline and Afro who are teaming now against the entire lawyers now.
Yes.
So it's. But at the end of the day, my opinion is that this case will have to be judged by the public jury. Because this guy is not going to bring justice to this case.
Yes.
In fact, I'm not even sure, Mr. Anonymous, that you are aware that this guy is also facing a pending suspension by the Judicial Commission because he has presided over a number of cases over the years, and he hasn't given out judgment in those cases. And now, how can such a person be given such a big case?
I am aware of the ruling that came out about this man. I remember us talking about it, but you know, there are other things that you need to look at also on your side. Look, what if, let's say in a given day you want to mess up this case, how would you mess it up? Let's say here is Mr. Anonymous here. It's probably already dirty. Maybe wouldn't you put me to preside on a case that obviously I'm just saying I'm putting it out there.
I hear you now. I get your point.
If this is if really this that people are saying and people are sort of alleging that this case is really not going anywhere. I don't know. Think about it that way.
Yeah, but also I'm not sure if the public got, because since this case started, the public opinion has been that there's no bias on the side of the judge. But I'm sure all of us we can see now that first of all, today, if we look at today, he does not seek clarity when there are contradictions, clear contradictions. He pretends to be writing there, but he's aware that this guy is contradicting himself, and he does not interrupt and seek clarity.
Yes.
But he has a tendency of interrupting the defense and correcting the language of the defense. That's something that he doesn't do when it's the prosecution.
No, I get your point.
No, thanks so much. And are you back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll definitely back tomorrow, unless something drastically happens.
Okay, no.
Yes, cool.
Thanks, Mr. Anonymous.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, the next person, Emily.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't want to say people's names here, but you haven't got the Black Mamba as yet.
I think I have.
Okay.
I think I have.
We have Stivovo, we have Mr. Veiws. Like there's a lot of names, but yeah.
Yeah, the Black Mamba today.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hey, Mzansi, how's it, Mr. Anonymous?
Hi.
We are all good. How are you?
Great stuff. Yeah, I'm good. It's been a while since I visited you guys. Now I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. I've got a couple of issues that I want to raise about this case here.
Okay.
Firstly, I'm thinking about the judge. Pardon me on this one. I might be different from the rest of the crew here.
Yes.
Is that the judge want to get as much information from the witness as possible?
Yeah.
By trying to be on their side, so to speak.
Yeah.
Clearly, everybody can see, including the prosecutor, that this case is not going according to the plan.
Yeah.
We can all see that, including these people at the court.
Yeah.
Imagine if the judge was on the side of the attorneys and the lawyers. This will terribly destroy these guys who are actually in the witness stand. Because now nobody will be in their favor. Like the previous callers just said, there's no way that I see this judge will actually try to push this case other way around, in other side or direction. Because the whole of the country actually is watching the case. And the other question that was raised was that why was he given the case knowing that actually is the guy who cannot perform? My concern is the timing of this or finding against him that there's these other things that they need to deal with him about the other cases. So the question is, in the first place, why was he given the case? Such a prominent case in the country. Secondly is, what are we expecting out of him if we know how he performs? Why did we choose one of the best judges actually to deal with this matter, since it's a priority case in the country? That's what I'm looking at. Now, the other thing with the attorneys, remember Emily was saying that this other attorney, just before Mshololo, left so many points that he could have actually attended to. I concur. The thing is, when, for example, when you go to court, you ask the person actually, let's say you discuss a case on the way to the court and say the judge or the lawyer asks the question, did you discuss the case on the way? And the answer is yes. You don't ask the next question, what did you say? You leave it there. Did you discuss the case? And the answer is yes, and you leave it there. Should you ask the next question and say, what did you say? He said, I must just tell the truth. Now that actually you lose your case there. But all what you want is that, was the case discussed? And if the answer is yes to that, you leave it there on purpose, because there's going to be argument coming up after this witnesses stand up on the stand. Now,
so
the other issue is my question.
Let me just get this one right. You're saying leave that cloud over there so that you have a room to maneuver when you are giving your
options. In other words,
I get
leave options, and after the case is done, you can choose whatever option you want to go with when you do the argument. Because now, if you bring everything on the table now, then becomes a problem when you have to argue that, because this guy said I must tell the truth, for example, and you only wanted was to say we discussed the case prior to coming to court or giving a statement, whatever case it is. So I just want to go back to that picture that you showed on the screen here. I wish you could see a picture of exactly what happened or what we think happened of 3-4 people and see how this guy did maneuver to get out. Because from that picture, alone, you could see that there's not a chance that Mthoko could get out while there was crowded in the kitchen. I've been asking myself about that small space of the kitchen.
Yes.
How did he manage to get out? No knife, no guns, nothing, but he managed to get through there. But then, it's a story to be told here. I wish one of the judges actually can bring up this issue on argument to say that there was no chance that actually people could actually, or anybody could run out of that while there was so much traffic there. Even the sticks, I don't see how you're going to swing that the crutches because there's cupboards here, there's fridges here. There's no space actually for one to do that. Now the other thing again that I picked up as well was the issue of so many different statements. Katie's got a version, Mthoko's got a version, Tumelo's got a version. If I was the prosecutor in this instance, I'll rest my case because clearly the plan is not working out. The problem here is we can see that there are higher powers out there who are actually behind this case, trying to protect whoever for whatever reason.
Yes.
So we don't mention names here, but we clearly can see that. Look at Bester's case. We know it's not Bester only. There are people with powers, with authority, money, who are actually influencing the decisions of the case. There's similar things happening here. And now the problem here is the guys on the bench are actually hitting hard on these witnesses because they've written so many statements which are different. Even if I was one of those lawyers, I'll use whichever statement actually is beneficial for my case in this instance. Now, I think 2 days back, you did mention that only 2 guys are mentioned in this case. What are we saying about the 3 guys? Even when this other attorney closed the case, Mthoko never saw the guy. Even outside, never saw him. And they are on the case. Why are they on this case? 5 people. At least we could talk about 2 people. And one of them was actually in case at the end when these things were happening. Capitex still need to prove a case. I don't know if you followed up that the second attorney, or actually the first one, who was saying that he needs the state to help them to get some documentation from Capitec to prove that his guy was actually not around Gauteng when these things were happening.
Yes.
So that's something that needs to be followed up because the state might turn a blind eye on that and we'll never get to get the end of it. Lastly, just to give others a chance, is a question that I want to pose on you to you guys. These attorneys, do they watch the show? From your experience,
That's a difficult.
I'll tell you what. The things that are coming out of this program.
Yeah.
I've sent a comment on the chat.
Yeah.
The thing that's coming up on this program, sometimes we get to see them the next day. The questions. I know they've planned out how they're going to ask the questions and all that, but I feel like some of the stuff that's been discussed here has been taken over to the court and then get actually pursued by the attorneys there.
That means that means we have a lawyer's mind. Like we all of us.
We've got an impact on this case. I don't want to see myself in one of those courtrooms in my life ever. This is a difficult situation. You'll take it lightly. They'll say A, B, and C, but hey, these guys have been trained. They know what they do in there.
Yeah, they do.
And
they do.
Lastly, you remember Advocate Tifo mentioned that he's got a witness inside the house who will testify that Senzo was killed by somebody who was inside the house. There was no intruder.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Unfortunately, that witness
it cannot be used now.
Unfortunately, that witness is the one testifying.
Yeah, we know that. My question to that is, was this thing maybe somehow captured under a statement, under affidavit where he signed it, and can it be used in this court while Advocate Tifo is no longer part of it?
No.
So we lost that part.
That's why I think was it Khumalo was trying to withdraw, sort of withdraw that statement in a sense.
Advocate Nis.
He was trying to argue his way out. You know why? Remember, this is like a chess game. You move, I move. That's why, remember what I said about Mthoko coming late into the party. That's my thinking, because it was coming from there. Once then Tifo affirmed it on a national television that actually it was this person, I was like, okay, Okay, that makes sense. He was playing for another team and he changed from Kaizer Chiefs to Orlando Pirates or something, vice versa. So from there, you have to change the way you set up your chess table. You move the other way around. Because
all I see here, we'll see who the state's gonna bring. But if I were this prosecutor, really, I'd close my case because clearly, the more he brings more people, we get him too many versions, and none of them actually is actually tying to the previous one or the next one. And the reason for all of this is because they're creating a scenario that never existed. So they're trying to put up stories around the truth. That's why they never get to say one constant story of what actually transpired on the day. That's why this case, I mean, it's lost already. We will see, but we never know. The powers it could go different way. And then there'll be appeals and appeals. We'll see how it goes. But as far as it is only 2 witnesses, already we had like 3 different people with 3 different versions of what actually transpired on the particular day. But we will see as time goes on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you, yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Ntombi, everything said in this channel is allegedly.
Everything is allegedly.
Yeah, there's no one who knows better than anyone. Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
He's listening.
Mzansi, hello.
Mr. Anonymous.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, no, I forgot to raise one issue, man.
Do.
About Uvaseline. You know, I don't know what is the Judicial Commission's opinion on this matter, because I want to believe that the Judicial Commission should be watching these cases and see how their judges are performing. But what Vaseline is doing, he is answering. His objections are not objections. In the court procedure, he is actually wanting or usurping a power and an opportunity to answer questions on behalf of the witness. That's what he's doing when he objects. He's actually giving answers to the witness.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, but I know those like objections are out of order.
There was a point where he said, after Nisi? When it was like, it was not objection, my lord. It was just saying that they should have the evidence in chief or something like that when they are questioning.
They should present their evidence in chief.
Yes, so and he has this pretense. He likes saying we don't want to interrupt the defense cross-examination, but we have to say that to the witness. But he starts answering questions for the witness.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating. You know, sometimes when you're watching this thing, you are at the office, you can be heard making some noise. You're like, oh, I'm at the office.
And then when he said Kelly had said something else.
It's like you are answering, you are preempting
it's
everything.
like he was giving Togo the answer.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Hello, Zanzi, hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Can you, your background, can you reduce it?
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, now you can hear you. Hi.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
We are all good, and how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thank you for your channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to just comment on the case.
Yes, do.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things that we're seeing as South Africans. But I don't think Senzo Meyiwa family will get the bottom of the who actually killed him. Because we can see the judge, number one, the judge is also biased. Too much bias there. And then the second thing is that there are different witnesses that has been cross-questioned in this matter.
Yes.
And all these witnesses, they're coming with clashing each other. And I don't think this case is gonna. The judge will actually get the truth about the matter because there's different versions that are there, and the issue is that even the advocates or the line of questioning from all these witnesses, you can say it's going to put the state into a danger. Are they having a case in these guys who are actually arrested? And to be honest, so far, I don't think the state will have the stand there because we can see what is really happening now. Even the next witnesses who are coming, they're going to come with their different versions that will clash with the others. So, in other words, there's no. We don't see a future of this case anyway. What I'm thinking that can actually happen is that there might be an issue whereby this case was just thrown out of the court, and then after that, maybe somewhere, somehow, I think if maybe somewhere, somehow, someone can come with the other case, that other case which was including all the people who were in the house. Then, other than that, now I feel like all the people who were in the house, they were supposed to be the ones who were in the dock and cross-questioned because they were the truth of what actually happened. You see. So this thing, they have to actually wait for this trial to get finished. It's a waste of time and a waste of money of the state.
Yes.
After that, they are not going to actually have a stand on this case because the gist was supposed to actually get into the matter and unlock the truth. And so far, on the line of questioning from the advocates or cross-questioning the witnesses, they are trying to unlock, to come up with the truth, but the truth that are coming out from the witnesses is not the truth that was transpired during the day. The day of Senzo being killed. Yes. So that will put the judge himself not to be able to actually come up with a proper judgment in this case. Yes. Because he's also confused, as you can see. The man is also confused. He can't come up with the real issue to say this is what is going to happen. One thing that is going to happen is that they are just going to throw out the case, and maybe 3-7 what will actually comes in, and that's where maybe a Senzo family will get the truth. So that is the issue that I wanted to comment on.
Yes. No. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. To think that.
Let us remind people to subscribe, like the video. We are here. We are here. We are here, guys. Come on. And
do you think that advocate before actually told us? He told us that 375.
Yeah. So 375 was born after 363 was kind of allegedly destroyed, right? Yeah.
But let's be honest.
There are many people who have been saying that people who were in the house must be looked at, and maybe there's this case maybe is sort of now taking us to that direction. If we don't get closure here, what else then? At least there are many things that we haven't looked at. Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
We're good, how are you?
We're good. Why are you changing your voice?
Why are you now disguising your voice?
Man, you can talk without saying your names. Okay.
Are you guys able to Before said there's 2 new dockets.
Okay.
Are you able to get him to come? Because he loves media. He wants to talk. He loves talking to you guys. He must tell you guys what these dockets are about.
No, I'm not sure about loving media and whatnot. But look, when we get time, we will, because we don't want to. He's busy right now.
Yeah, he's currently
busy. We don't want to be part of that. Also, adding into that, when he wants to, he knows that he can talk to us anyhow. I'm sure he told you also he's a subscriber here, right? So he's probably watching. So yeah, it should be easier that way.
Okay.
But when he's good and ready, he will come.
Yeah.
But for now, he's busy, guys. He's a busy man.
Let him be busy, man. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Please share the video, and join us. Be our CEO by being a member. I'm gonna advertise that because we need you as much as we keep on pushing. And yeah, guys, for me, Emily, it's early today.
Yeah.
Hey, it's early today. We started early though. It's not early.
We tried, guys. Hey. Today to start early. I read one of the funniest comments today.
What was it saying?
Judge Maumela is a judge, a prosecutor, a witness, and an English teacher at the same time.
Where did you hear?
I got it on Twitter and I was like, oh my God, this is the funniest comment I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, that's the current situation of Judge Maumela's court.
No, man. Hey, I don't want to say Tifo loves media. This is it's not loving media. You see, media can make and break you. That's the thing that you need to understand. Other battles are better fought in that manner because you could be fighting against well-oiled machine, and you need to find ways of fighting. So for me,
especially if you have limited resources,
what can you do besides making noise like Kelly Khumalo's mother? That's all you can do so that you stay floating.
So
that's basically it. That's
so when
thinking.
The media decides to turn, it turns.
I don't even want to talk about that because Emily also has that problem. It's gonna now start attacking people here.
I'm not attacking, but it's true.
Yeah, let's just not entertain it. Guys, you can still call. We're still available.
But we tread carefully there. We need to tread carefully because, wow, it's a lot.
Sizwe Mgaga. Oh, Sizwe. Who's calling? Is it K?
Guys, the video was fucking kicking. Stop it.
I'm about to shut it down. Once we get to that point, guys. I'm about to, Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi Reality, hello. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I came back again.
If you've been coming for the third time now, it means
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, you can speak. You can speak.
Yes, I just wanted to raise this. What Emily was just saying. That's what we view. Even myself, I view it. Judge Maumela is just like that, and that's why this case is messed up now because of his character in the court. So the other thing that I wanted to ask, I don't know whether maybe I'm missing a point somewhere. I was trying to follow the case. Actually, when you actually tie up all the witnesses that have been came out, someone get confused to say, okay, actually, who actually Senzo was which gun or which bullet killed Senzo? Is it the first bullet or the second bullet? Because there was a shot on the first bullet before Mthoko came out.
Yes.
When he came out, he said there was another. He had something like a second bullet that was shot when he was already out. So somebody will ask a question, okay, which bullet has actually shot Senzo? You see, that's one of the things that I wanted to find out. The second thing is that he was trying to explain the scuffle from the kitchen, from the sitting room to the kitchen. And when I was checking that kitchen, it's very small. 6 people on the kitchen. And when he was coming out, when there were 6 people around there, and there's 2 intruders, they did not even say anything. It's something that I don't really understand, because in a robbery, when there's intruders, they always make sure that they protect themselves, so that there's no one who comes out before they finish everything. That's if it's a robbery. The robberies, they actually make sure that the people who are there, no one is coming out. They protect their space.
Yeah.
To do whatever that they are doing before anyone can come out.
Yes. Yes.
So the gist behind is that when Mthoko was coming out, even Verman Longway, those 2 people who came out, they were supposed to be the ones who were shot by these intruders. But surprisingly, the intruder faced only Senzo.
Yes. Yes.
You see, that's a question that I really we are trying to tie out the knot, but it doesn't add up there. It doesn't add up there.
Let's take this person. Maybe he's gonna answer you.
Hello?
Let's take the next person. Maybe this one's gonna answer you. Oh, he dropped. I thought he was is here to answer you. I thought he was here to give you a lot of quick answers, because some answers are here within you guys. That's how it is. That's why we open this platform, so that we pose these questions. And if you are lucky, man, you know how it is. It can happen that you find the same question is asked now there, and then you get your answers.
Right. Okay.
Right.
No, I hear you. It's just that it's just really surprising. It's really surprising.
It is. Let me take this caller. Thank you very much.
Hello?
I'm saying let me take the next caller. Thank you. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Mr. Minimus.
Hi, sir.
I'm back again.
You are coming back again. Yes.
The other thing I've observed,
yes,
the lawyers are seemingly, in a way, a little intimidated by UAFRO, because, I mean, when they're supposed to make a follow-up on crucial questions, they don't, because they're afraid. They are afraid they'll be told that no, but the witness has answered. I mean, when they say Kelly Khumalo ran to her bedroom, and Mazala also ran to the bedroom. I mean, there's a lot of questions you must pose there. Which bedroom, which side, left or right, which one was locked and opened by Mthoko, and all those things. So they are scared to make a follow-up on questions, because Afro is on their case, is going to say, no, but you can't put that on the witness.
No, we get you. I get you.
Tell him.
Yeah, no, thanks, sure.
Thank you.
Tell him.
Right. Let's see. Guys, who remember the part where they cleaned up the house? Yes. I think those people are going to be coming. That's why they're not asking those questions. And the mastermind, this is what kills a mastermind theory.
Yeah, actually.
Because even if there was, then why did you
clean?
Why do you go on and clean? Like,
Why?
Why would you clean for someone you don't know?
Why would you do that?
Zan's Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself.
We're all good.
Am I live now?
Yes. You are.
Okay. No, it's Lindan. It's Lindan from Bagstrom in Mpumalanga.
Okay, Lindan. Yes.
Yeah, but currently I'm in PMP.
All right. PMB.
PMP, yes. Exactly, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm a student in UKZN.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm a big fan of this case.
Yes.
But I want it to be brief and precise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, I just want to say, let us hope Zandile Mshololo will not try to act as a hero, by not wanting to work hand in hand with those defense counsels, because I saw that before when therefore was still representing those accused, There were a point whereby Zandile Mshololo will act as if she's alone, Yeah, but I'm hoping that she will not do that thing again,
Yeah.
She will cooperate with those defense counsels that are already present,
Yes.
Yeah, that is my comment so far. And another thing is that those counsels so far so good, they are hitting the ground good for me. Yeah, no, that's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sub.
Yes, yeah. That's probably why I haven't been singing Shololo a lot, because firstly, he is offensive. She's offensive also, but I didn't like how she acted as if she's an island. She's an island. She's an
island. Yes.
Yeah, she's an island. There was no way, even if you were to give her all these people and say, okay, represent all from 1 to 5. There was no win there. There was no win.
Very little
you would have
to
for you to not to say he's a bad person, she's a bad person. There was no win. Hello, Mzansi Reality. Hello.
No.
Hey, how are you?
Unjani?
Sikhona mfowethu, unjani wena?
Hayi ngiyaphila nami.
Yebo mfowethu.
Yebo nami ngibukela ishow la.
Yeah.
Ngilandile. Sanibona nesipho nesibhuti sanibona ngicela zinyazi igama. Ishow ngibukela ishow la necase sengiyayilandela yabo.
Yes.
Ngilodwa manje la futhi nami angaphela ukuthi ihamba kanjani lezinto lezemthetho, kodwa mina nje ngithi ngamnangibuka abafowethu laba ababanjiwe lapha. Umthoko ushilo wathi lo muntu wayekhuluma Zulu suthi and la amaZulu wodwa then basafunani lapha.
Iyo le ndaba
bese ngihamba phela nje mina angazi lutho, but ngiyangibuka nje ngithi Zulu suthi. Okay, Zulu suthi kodwa la amaZulu straight la lapha akunamthuthu phela lapha. Kodwa-ke angazi kodwa nje nami into bengiyibuka nje.
Ngiyabonga. Yebo, sibonga kakhulu mfethu. Sibonga kakhulu Anonymous.
Maybe Mthoko doesn't understand why they are pressing on Zulu Sotho. It's important for the defense. It's very important.
It is.
And I don't think he understands how important it is. It's very important.
Yeah, they need to defend themselves.
Even Mshololo is coming for that.
I'm definitely is gonna let you on that.
She's coming for it.
I mean, I was still explaining that to win this case as a solo advocate of these people, you would need to have a team like the one that was representing Oscar's Pretorius. The whole team. You know? Others doing research, others doing 1, 2, 3. You cannot go to courts in such cases that are looking more complicated in this manner because you don't know who you're fighting against, right? Yes. So you need everything.
All hands on deck.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Yes, is that Mzansi Reality?
Yes, it is Mzansi Reality.
I don't know my name is hello.
Yeah, no, we can hear you. You can shoot. The only thing you can try to do is to find the volume, maybe.
Yes, I've been listening and trying to follow you guys, but sometimes you're on so late. From starters, this thing, Mthoko is a very big liar. Because when this thing happened exactly when Senzo died, Mthoko did post on Facebook. Before we even heard on the news or on the TV or in the radio that Senzo was shot, he posted on Facebook and wrote our day. Yes, he did. He wrote that. When you go on a post and you see a post, you look at it. And you look at it and you say highness, and you pass. Then an hour or 30 minutes later, you hear something like that on the radio. You post back to the Facebook and the post is no longer there.
So on that post, did he mention the details?
Unfortunately, I can't hear you. I don't know.
Were there details of how Senzo's demise happened?
Okay, because I'll just tell you my side of the story.
Okay.
Yes. I did see it, but then when I came back to it, it was no longer there. It was not like we just woke up and decided that London they had shot his friend. It was a seed which was planted. And unfortunately, as I was saying, we couldn't go back and say, I saw it and I have proof or something. And I think that time Facebook wasn't that thing that much, you see. Yes. And then there's a lot of people who know about this thing, the truth of this thing. There was a lady who called, I think, last week or so, who said she's a Makos or something, she can predict and what. That lady, what she was saying, she was repeating something which was said to us by a traditional healer. This traditional healer, he'd say this thing, he was involved with Kelly. He said this in the beginning of the case. That means that when Kelly was involved with this person, it wasn't like I'm having a relationship or I'm going to make a song with this person. No. They were helping her to try and subsidize all of this thing that is happening. So when she said we are predicting, actually she was repeating and confirming that this thing can be done, because she was saying exactly the word that person said when the case was starting. And that person says that those people are not the one who did it, you see. So but we have to see it and listen, like they're playing with us. I think this whole thing is a mess. And just playing with us, our feelings and everything.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, and just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. I'm sorry. Hi, Emily and Mr. Anonymous. I'm sorry. It's just that I can't hear you when you're talking. But thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Yeah. So all that is alleged.
All of it is alleged.
Here, it's alleged.
All of it is alleged. So, yeah, It's a lot. My head is starting to spin. It's a lot.
It is. No need to explain it further. It's alleged. This, and it is a view of the person who just called.
Yes.
It's not our view. Mr. Anonymous, can you tell us what the caller is saying? The line is not that clear. He's basically saying that when Senzo was I don't know what is the right word.
When his demise happened.
Yeah. Mthoko actually immediately posted that there was something like that happening, and then he deleted it later before they got it from the mainstream media. I think so. I think this person is a friend of Mthoko. I think so. Yeah, and
that
again,
time,
everything is
we
alleged.
were not so quick with screenshots. Was it 2014? We were not so quick with.
You should not try it now. Now you try it. We will take it. We take a screenshot within seconds.
Within a second.
By the time you take it back, it will be gone. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us today. And subscribe, like, share, do whatever that you need to do with this video. Thank you, and we love you. And thank you again from our moderator, Aunt CK Moyo Kusasangia Mzwela Mthoko. That's what is being said here. Thank you very much again to everyone. Atlanta, thank you. You've been here. I know that your brain is now feeling like it wants to explode. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Moodley. Thank you, Dimakato, our member. Thank you, Madamini. And then Sizwe Mgaga. Thank you, Bongani. And then see, I'm just seeing, let me see. Messia. Samuel, and I'm not gonna read what you wrote. I'm just gonna call your name, Kulego Masilo Kulego. Okay, love your name. Snes Bia, and then I think let me take few Elias, and then it's Buli Hlongwane, and then Jablani Shebat. The last one, Zanzi Reality, hello. I'm not gonna read what you wrote. Zanzi, hello. Zanzi, hello.
Unjalo bhuti.
Sikhona mfowethu njani?
Ngiyaphila nami.
Siyaphila nathi mfowethu.
Nawe sisoma njani?
Ngiyaphila.
Ngiyalibuka la lo ngikhuluma ngale nto le. Ukhuluma noSibu.
Yebo Sibu.
Yebo lo mjida lo ubani lo lapha okustand manje lo mfo lona uthi yena uma laba belwa la bebanga lento abayibanga yena wama wabukela
usho njalo impela ngamafushane wathatha nje ifoni yakhe wase ebamba ingane kaJubjubu wayibuyisela eceleni wayibeka kwesobunxele wase emva kalokho eyiphumela nje kahle emva kwabo bebhizi bona
akacabanga ukulekelela abafowabo nalabo ngani bakho ukuthi asimba masawo baningi mhlawumbe singamihlula lo muntu lo.
Ayi ngibona ngathi insizwa ayicabanganga yacabanga nje ukuthi iphume eminyango nje kuphela kahle futhi ishayela kahle until ke kuze kulandele lensizwa eyayilandela ngemumva endekazi yasimlandela ke.
Okunye lo muntu lo ungaphakathi endlini lesibhamu sikhuma ngaphambi kwakhe wena uphinde futhi ubaleka uya la sikhuma ngakhona isibhamu iyenzeka vele mayibe njalo.
Uma ugomile mfowethu ke isibhamu yasiqonda.
Awayikho lento le umdlalo lo.
Uma ugomile isibhamu siqonda ngqa siyini izuvala.
Usuthi ungasiqonda nje la uma ngathi ugomile.
Izuvalo mfethu nabo ukhehlezi bayibeka lezi zinto lokuzaneni mfethu bebe.
Sinayisho ukuthi samampela ke lezo.
Okade abantu yaka mfethu.
Phela ayikho lento le yeba kanti isibhama sisazi.
mhlawumbe ayigcoba amafutha enyengelezi yabona amafutha enyengelezi angithi uyabona vele ushelelele nje abantu bengakuboni uphunyuka nje bekuphethe bephunyuka bamphethe mhlawumbe washaya ngamafutha angeke kwazi insizwa mfethu ziyahamba mhlawumbe yaphunyuka nje ngendlela ongeke uzuyibone vele ugcina umgcinele la uthi lo muntu lo ube la it's gone.
Wayikho wena so wambona umuntu othi kuthiwe bela wanyamalala nje ngomdala nje ungaka
zikhona phela insizwa lakhona engangabuka enye lapha kuyilokhuzana kuyibathini le ishow lapha isho ukuthi yazi yona mangabe kuzokwenzeka inkinga ibivele izwe iseshinyamalala
awu ishow kanjani ishow le nto le ingamanga le nto le
cha kuzazi-ke mfowethu hayi kulungile mfowethu
hayi angiqhubeke nibake lento libanga lento engekho lo
cha mfowethu hayi kulungile siyakuzwa mfowethu nje sibonga kakhulu.
Oh my God.
So for those who do not know why we are laughing like this, the caller was asking us how did this man
through?
just went straight to a man who had that pipe,
a firearm,
and
then he passed through
everyone
like that
with no heart, nothing. And then so I said maybe he's Zulu, man. These things, you know how we do things. You know, we go to some herbalist and nyangas, we do things there. They tell us never face the other way around. When the person has that firearm, you must face them direct. Maybe that's what it is.
And then you'll slip through. Made an example of some of our famous nyangas who have a bulletproof muti.
Yeah, that you know.
Maybe
this is Africa. This is Africa. This is Africa. We must not discount the things that could happen.
African chemistry.
Hey, this
is what I call it.
No, other people are told, hey, never ever show your back to people who are carrying these things. Face them straight. Yeah, so
nothing will happen to you.
Maybe you never know.
African
so that's why we were laughing, because some of these things we're not laughing because this is light issue, but yeah, we have to laugh sometimes, guys. It happens.
Because when you look at that kitchen, honestly, and you think of 6 people in it tussling, wrestling, scuffling, altercations. A lot was going on in that kitchen, and Mthoko passed through everybody in there and found himself running to the neighbor.
And they only remembered him when he was out. Oh, this guy is out already. Let's chase him.
It was very busy in that kitchen. Very, very busy.
Like you know, they're very interesting. The last question, Emily. What? Okay, so this man chases you. When he chases you, is it because the other ones have let him go? They're like, okay, now we have trapped you. We have trapped you enough. Now you can chase Mthoko.
Of the wrestling.
Yeah, they were mooring this man with crutches. So we have moored
and
you.
then Dumelo said he threw in a punch there on the one that chased Mthoko, right?
No, yeah, because according to Dumelo's story, the one that was with Senzo tussling is that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot was going on in that kitchen, and Mthoko just slid through.
He did. It's not possible. It's not impossible. Guys, thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you. For those Malbongwe Damini. Forgot. Dube. Portia K. Yeah, that's it. Emily, I'm done for the day.
Hi guys, it's a wrap. Tomorrow is another deliberation. We'll be back.
You need energy.
Yes.
Please like and subscribe. Bye.
Like and subscribe and share the video.